My name is Chris Claremont. You're watching Omni X-Men.
What is going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to another episode of Omni X-Men. This is season 3, the finale. We're wrapping up the show for this season. We've been talking all about this book, this Bible of ours right here, Uncanny X-Men, the Claremont Volume 3 that we've been breaking down all season since, I guess, October. And time definitely flies. So I can't believe we're at the end of this. So we have a ton of giveaways to do. We have some guests that are going to be joining us. We have a bunch of questions still that are based on last episode that we can still get a chance to win some of our big giveaways that we have. Tim Stacey is going to be joining us here in a little bit as well. So a lot of great things for closing out the Omni X-Men season. Like I said, season 3. Can't believe it just flew by. But hey, it's not just me here rambling. I have my good friend and co-host John from John's Comics with Kids. What is up, John?
I got my omnibus for the. Oh wait.
Oh,
wrong. Wrong.
Are we going right into that? We're gonna break that one down.
Ready. Shout out to one of the apparently sneakiest old wolves in the chat. Old wolf.
Don't describe me. Don't describe me.
He apparently wrangled this guy into his shenanigans. So I rolled into my shop, and part of my birthday was apparently New Comic Book Day. My LCS had a gift card waiting for me from that old wolf in the chat. So he got me a big discount on my new omnibus, the new X-Men by Grant Morrison and Frank Quitely. So that guy right there, watch out.
Old Wolf 65.
Not a fan. I'm looking forward to it though, J-Hood.
So just as a background, especially for Tony. So, Tony, I just so you know, Tony, I got a text from John about an hour ago thanking me for that gift. So I let John on for a little and, no problem, man. Anytime,
Hey, I'm going to help out. No. Shenanigans. I think this is 2 years in a row he's gotten me on this. And I don't know how haven't gotten wise to it.
That's great. So John, we're in for a treat tonight because if anything, our guests or our audience is in for a treat tonight because we're going to be giving away a bunch of stuff. This is all items that we've promised since really the beginning of the season and how we do every season. So if you guys have been here for other finales that we've had for Omni X-Men, you already know what's in store. We have a ton of great things. I'm going to show the artwork off here in just a moment. And then, like I said, we're going to talk a little bit about just our thoughts on the omnibus as a whole. There's a couple of sections in the back that we're going to cover a little bit about. And then on top of that, we still have questions, which we'll get into here in just a few minutes as well. So stick around. Anyone who is accustomed to our trivia at the end of every episode, we are still having trivia based on last week's or 2 weeks ago with Jen from Comics Will Break Your Heart, breaking down the Magic miniseries. So we have 4 questions for that. So technically it's not too late to get entered into our raffle for the big prize tonight, along with some of our other things as well. We'll get into more of those details. I do want to say a quick hello to the chat, and then we'll show off some artwork and dive into it from there. So right off the bat, we got our good friend Coach Vic in the chat. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. He's been learning more and more as we get deeper into the Omni X-Men books and everything. So appreciate you hanging out here tonight. I know last year he was a winner for one of our giveaways. So and also to clarify, we will have some stuff given away for those who are just in the chat tonight. So even if you missed out or you don't have any points on the board, that's okay. You still can win some stuff here as well. We got Jackson Roy Kirk in the chat, our good friend. Roy Kirk, appreciate you always. You've been here since season 1, man. Appreciate you always supporting us. We got another John here, Big Daddy Ross. What is up, John? Good to see you. As always, we have Andrew Kai hanging out with us as too. What's going on, Andrew? Let's see. We got Ryan Magic Lasso says, happy season finale. Yes, Lilandra hair and mohawk. Oh, I forgot to upload that. Darn it. Missed opportunity. I'll have to reshare that later with the mohawk. But yes, Rachel Dinner, D. Ross, the whole crew. The finale. He says the finale reminds me of what the judge said at the meat throwing contest finale. The stakes have never been higher. Yes, that's yes, very true. And Lasso, hats off to you, man, for always coming up with these fantastic jokes. Or at least I think they're fantastic. Maybe not everybody does.
Yeah, that's a stretch. That's a stretch.
Thanks, Ryan. Let's see. JP in the chat. Hey man, we were right on time. We were 9 o'clock. John was mid-sentence. I'm like, bro, we gotta go, man. I just cut him off. We just hit the go.
Gave me the little like hook and pulled me off the stage, and we're good.
Good to see you, JP. We got my man Michael Sove Collector in the house. What's going on, Michael? Good to see you. We got Eric T. Huffman hanging out with us as well.
He is on most of these names are on the wheel. So I feel like we've got a large majority of our friends in the chat on the wheel.
Yep. And Adam Makes Stuff Up is also hanging out with us. He goes on time at that. Yep, absolutely. Appreciate you, my friend. We got J Hood, Jamie hanging out with us as well. Good to see you. Let's see. Yep, there's that. We got Candace in the chat. What is going on, Candace? Hello. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight as well. We highlighted Tony earlier, but there he is again. Old Wolf 65. Appreciate you, brother. As always, glad that your evil plan worked out. Sorry, I took the credit. Let's see. We got Rudy in the chat. What's going on, Rudy? Good to see you. It's been a while. Let's see. Scrolling through. Seeing a lot of people saying hi to other people. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Even just stopping by, we appreciate it.
Very much appreciate it. Yeah.
Let's see. We got Albert Loves Comics. What's going on, Albert? He goes, he texted me today. He's like, season finale already. The time is flying by, and it really is, man. It's like, I can't believe we're already at the end of June. And we technically, when we start this, John, for this season in October, did we start?
October, I think. Yeah, end of October.
Right? Okay. Yeah, like right after my vacation, my yearly vacation. So that worked out perfect. But yeah, I can't believe it's we're already coming up on July here. Joel the Geek, what's going on? Station, my friend. He says, sup, sandwiches? That's right. Sup, sandwiches. I dig it. Let's see. People saying hi to people. I think we are all caught up at the moment. So appreciate everybody who's hanging. We got 17 with us right now. We're going to get into some questions. Before we do, I want to give a huge shout out to our featured artist, Tim Stacey. He is the one who we've been talking about and hyping up every episode that we've had, at least since the middle of the season when we've locked him in to do this artwork that he's been working on. I'm going to show it here. He is going to join us for a little bit, probably about 20 minutes or so. So hang tight if you've never been able to meet Tim before. You'll be able to throw some questions his way in the chat. We're going to talk to him for a few minutes when we have some other guests lined up as well. So let me pull up the artwork because, again, I mean, now on the third season, it's kind of been the thing, right? We've been handing off some really cool artwork from some really cool artists. So Tim Stacey was our guy this season, and here it is. This is what you have a chance of winning tonight towards the end of the show. This beautiful storm piece that he did, the details, the brood in the background. We're gonna have Tim kind of break it down for us, and he'll talk a little bit more to the artwork itself. But how great is that, John?
The dramatic pose is what gets me every time. The hand outstretched towards us, the other one back, the hair, everything.
So good. So good. So again, Tim, appreciate you, man, if you're here right now. But we will catch up with you in a little bit. So we're going to get into some questions. So if your name isn't already on this list, you might have a shot to still do so. We're going to do our normal trivia like we do at the end of shows. We're going to do it right now. And then, we're looking for 2 correct answers. So if you know the answers, it's all based on last episode where we broke down the Magic miniseries, the 4-issue miniseries with Jen. So if you know the correct answer, put it in the chat. The first 2 to get it right based on our list will get a point or your name entered onto the wheel that we're going to spin to win this artwork here. And then we're also looking for a funny incorrect answer. So if you have something to make us laugh, then that would also potentially work if yours gets chosen. So with that being said, John, do you want to kick us off with the first question?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, Joel, I do have eyes for that piece of art. It's not a print though. It is a one of a kind. So whoever gets it, that's one and done. You got the OG.
Yep.
Okay, so we're talking about the Magic 4-issue Magic mini. Was it 4-issue? Yeah, Magic mini series. That's where these questions come from. It has to do with life in Belasco's world. Where Magic or Ileana is learning about the power or the things that have happened to her because of her time spent there. One of her teachers is Storm, a sort of aged version of Storm, where she has a magic power, and she's trying to teach Ileana how to use her abilities. In Belasco's world, Storm has a symbol for her powers, an object in her portion of the world that sort of is like imbued with her strength. What is the object that is the symbol of Storm's powers in Belasco's world?
Good question. Good question. This was a wild series, by the way.
Black don't crack. She can be aged and still stunning. I don't know, hey, Coach Vic, holy crap. I think he got on the board. Dude has got a spot on both wheels now. Because I see JP and Coach Vic as numbers 1 and 2. That's amazing.
Yes, that's correct.
Coach Vic, you are now on the wheel. Yeah.
He's been doing his homework.
So give JP another entry and give Coach Vic another entry, or his first entry.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, let me add that in.
I have to remind him because up to now I've been keeping track of all of your raffle entries, but he's made the wheel. So he's got to manually add each person.
I'm gonna drop off. I'm gonna X out of my own box. It's gonna be a disaster.
The whole thing's gonna fall apart right here.
By the way, I was looking for my man Raging Cajun Comics JD in the chat as well. Good to see you, JD. He's driving right now. Appreciate you listening and hanging out, man. Drive safe. All right, so let me add those last bits in here. Scroll to the bottom. Oops. So we got
I missed the old school table, John. I've been writing it by hand, tally marking it all season, Jackson.
Analog.
I've
baby.
just yesterday typed it into a Google document, so we did finish strong.
Bobby in the chat as well. What's going on, Bobby? All right, let me get into. Oh wait, no. So
funny we have some answers. Old Wolf says a sandwich, a beer, and a nude mag. I think that's the winner. But I got Joel the Geek with Mjolnir, very funny. JP had knives, lots of knives. It's the artist formerly known as Prince Symbol.
Nice,
funny. It's a Mr. Yuck sticker, says Sove. A Funko Pop Wolverine Funko Pop, very good. I'm still gonna go. I think I'm going with Tony's sandwich, nudie mag, and a beer, which sounds like more like Wolverine's source of his power, but we'll take it.
Yeah. There it is. All right, so we're going.
Tony,
so
Tony gets 1 too.
There we go. Look at that. Nothing is crashed
helmet. Yet. Ooh, that would be a good one.
All right.
Book on trauma bonding.
Okay, my first question. Let me pull this up here. Okay, first question for me is in issue 1. What DC character did I say that magic reminded me of? This is tricky because you had to really have watched and not just read. But if you read it, maybe you have the idea anyways, if you recall what she had looked like in a portion of issue 1. So
I did not remember this one, but
okay.
I was blackout drunk. So that's the problem.
Let's see here.
No correct answers yet.
I guess you could just rattle off some DC names if you didn't
Candace with a great off the cuff comment. Amethyst. I hadn't thought of that one, but no, not the correct answer, but very good.
Yeah.
I don't know many people that would pull that card.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So again, what was the DC character that I thought magic reminded me of in issue 1 of the Magic miniseries? Technically, I mean, I guess we could take some of these as
the funny answer so far is just your mom from JP. That's the only one that I would
that's correct.
Accurately a comedy answer. Constantine. There you go. I didn't think, actually I could see Constantine given all the scrying and symbols of the the devil that she's dealing with. I don't see any correct answers yet though. No DC character is as cool as Marvel's William Bird.
That's a great answer, William.
Elvis.
Yeah,
it is a DC villainess, if that helps people at all. It's not a hero.
And it's not really I mean, this character is pretty well known, right? I mean, I would say.
Yeah. Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well known.
There's some in the chat that I'm like, oh, never heard of that one before.
Right.
Bat
I got a
Mite,
good hint if you want me to do one.
Sure. Why don't you drop a hint, John?
She's on the wall behind me. You have to know.
Everybody's like zooming in on their phone.
There's only 5 women on the wall behind me. We don't count Nightwing as a lady. And of those, only 3 are DC. So there's only 3 DC ladies on the wall behind me.
Everyone's taking screenshots and
does
zooming in.
narrow it down a little bit. Julie Schwartz. I don't know who Julie Schwartz is.
Julie Schwartz.
All right, I got it. I see 2.
Oops. All right. So let's see. Yeah. So we have, I think first one here is Tony, right?
Yep.
Poison Ivy. That's correct. Yeah. So she was wearing like this green wrap that looked like it was like the Poison Ivy, like, you know,
vines
and stuff. Yeah. And then JP. Yeah, is the other one. I can't think of any pervy DC characters. Eric in the chat.
You're not trying hard enough.
Yeah.
Star Sapphire, definitely pervy. Black Canary, I saw there. Fishnets. She wears fishnet stockings to fight crime. Let's just be honest about that.
The ambush bug. All right, so we have. Let me add those in now before I forget.
Tony
so we
and JP, and then I didn't know if you had a comedy one. That was a tough one. I agree, Albert. I would not have gotten that one. I struggled with that one.
And then let's see. The one I wanted to pick out here was William Byrd. I'm giving this one to. There you go.
That. It's funny.
Yep. William Byrd on the board again.
All right. While he's typing, I will do my second question. My second question is that we have Kitty Pryde, known as Cat, in this universe. She is another one of Magic's teachers, but she's a much more difficult teacher than Storm is. What are some of the things that she does that are really hard? Any one thing that she does that's really hard on Magic? What are some of the things that she's doing? Just name any one thing that she does that's kind of like tough teacher, right?
It's a good question. It's a good question.
Can you remember how Cat treats Magic? She eats Nightcrawler. I mean, you're wrong.
That's
wrong.
I said that does happen.
It does happen, but it's not really part of like Kitty Pryde's training. I don't know. Knocks stuff off the kitchen table. That's an actual cat, Ryan. That's not the character. Yeah. Teaches her to stay clean by licking herself. Oh my gosh, you guys are hilarious. Oh my God. Nobody's got correct answers. I love this, but they're all hilarious, bad, wrong answers. What's up, Callie Comics? Makes her drink milk from a bowl. She does eat Nightcrawler. You know what? I'll give you one correct, JP, for that. No, was it JP that said that? Who said that? No, Candace said that. So I'll give Candace a correct answer, even though it's technically not what I was looking for.
Okay.
There's a lot of funny answers. Sword fighting to draw blood, Tony. I'll give you that. So I'll go Candace and Tony as the 2 correct answers. Okay. I would have given it to you, Bobby, but you were too slow. Too slow. Yes. Smacks her with the side of the flat of the blade is one. And then makes her run for like 3 days. Actually, it's Jackson Roy Kirk and not Tony. Right above Tony's. Makes her run for hours on end. It is. Okay. There you go, Jackson. Sorry, Tony's out.
Jackson's
out. Gets high off of catnip. That's hilarious. Wears a Technicolor costume. You guys are funny. I'm gonna go Joel the Geek licks herself at inappropriate times. So let's give Joel one more. So Joel will be the other one.
Nice. All right.
So there you go. Candace, Jackson, and Joel.
Nice. All right. Last question here, and last opportunity to get on the board.
Yep.
This was pretty straightforward. Who killed Nightcrawler in issue 2?
might have given that one away there. Sorry.
We did this backwards a little bit. I'd be more interested in the comedy at this point. But let's see. Let's
come up with a funny answer and get on the
Yeah.
wheel. Who ate Nightcrawler?
Bobby says,
Killed
"Come on,
Nightcrawler?
man."
Come on, man. All right, so we got Lasso and Albert, right?
Well. So here, this was part of it for
Ooh.
me. This is
Okay.
part of it for me. The answer that I had wrote to you, John,
Yeah.
in the text earlier today is this is legit because this was
right.
who she is
It's
at
not
this
Kitty.
point. So
Yeah.
right. So I'm
Lasso
going with
and
the answer of
Old Wolf.
Cat here. So
Yeah.
yeah, sorry, Albert. We're looking for Cat. I was looking for the
You're
answer
out.
Cat.
You're out.
So Ryan, gonna add you on. Old Wolf, gonna add you on. And then we'll see if anyone gets some. See if somebody gets creative.
So
Kelly,
fat bastard
789.
baby. Eat the
I
baby.
I just watched the second film the other night.
You keep your money, you keep your mojo, but I get your baby.
Now that is a proper answer right there, Candace.
Yeah,
very
totally.
opposite. Very opposite of Chet.
She needs a symbol.
Yeah,
Like Prince.
the Supremes. A Shadow Cat. That would have been a good answer.
Which is one of
course.
Kitty Pryde's names later on, right? That's Shadow
Yep.
Cat is how I got to know her
Mm-hmm.
in the OG.
The OG. Let's see. Eric said Storm. Nope. Let me scroll down here. Keppa's Human Peter. Yep. Yeah. Callie.
You got it? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was laughing when he just wrote 789.
I mean, he got you right there. Yep.
Callie's got my humor. The randomness of it.
Oh, Diana Ross ate her like a Rachel dinner.
Oh, that's a good one, Bobby. That's a good one.
That plays on a lot of history.
Oh, that's tough. That's tough. It does play in a lot of history. I have to go with my natural reaction here. So I'm gonna go with Callie Comics here.
There it is.
You got a chuckle out of me right off the bat. So I'm adding Callie.
There we
Nice
go.
job, Callie. Who are our two winners? I didn't add them in yet. We had
Old Wolf and
Magic Lasso.
shoot. Let me scroll up. Old
It's
Wolf
right. It's right.
and sorry, and Magic Lasso.
Okay, got them. All right. So those are the final ones that we have in here. And let me.
There'll still be ways to win if you're just in the chat. If you didn't get on the wheel up to now, you can still win in the chat later. We'll do that towards the end, but you do still have chances.
Yes. All right. So it is. It's 9:23 right now, John. I know we have some stuff we want to talk about, but we do have somebody in the back room.
Yep.
And I thought this would be a perfect time to bring on our guest, and not just any guest, but it is our featured artist of the season, and one who we were just talking about when we first kicked this off, and we've been talking about every episode before this for this season. So we want to welcome our good friend and featured artist Tim Stacey. Tim,
hey
what's
guys,
up, brother?
how's it going? Thanks for
Good,
having
man.
me.
Absolutely, man.
Thank you so
Thanks.
much for donating your time to help us make this
Yes.
cool project for someone in the chat.
Oh, not at all. It's a complete pleasure to do it. I have a lot of fun doing this stuff. I haven't been in front of a camera on YouTube in probably about a year. It's been a long time. Been a process. Really? Yeah, we went through a move. Been busy at work. Different things just happening. In life period. So yeah, it's been a long time since I found an opportunity to get on camera. So I appreciate you guys having me here.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I want to shout out Team Nerd Herd because that's where I had initially discovered who you were, Tim, and got to see you hang out with the guys and got to know you as you were doing live sketches and things like that. At the beginning of the pandemic or around that time. So I've known you for a while now and followed your work, and I see you're doing Comic Cons and stuff like that too. So I'm glad that you're staying busy and putting your work out there, being staying up to date on all that. So it's awesome. And you killed it with this art. I'm gonna bring it up real quick again. I know it's gonna cover our screen here, but I do have to bring it back up here again. This was this was insane. So there it is for anyone who's just joining us right now. This is the artwork that Tim Stacey had drawn for us for the show that we're giving away tonight based on the list that we have of people answering trivia questions throughout the season. And so Tim, and I'm trying to think if there's a way I can like bring you aside without taking this
You
down.
can put me down below and put him up there. That's fine. I'll be happily just put me right behind Storm. I'm good. Just bury
Oh,
me.
perfect. There you go. There you go.
This is the better way to do this show right here.
So, Tim and John, feel free, obviously, too, to jump in here. But I mean, first and foremost, we wanted to ask you, like, you know, what was your work process with this, or your inspiration from this? Or I know we had given you a little bit of a description, but otherwise, you know, we were like, just run with it and do what you want to do. And, you know, so tell us a little bit about it.
Well, initially, from the description you guys gave me, it was going to just start as kind of a head sketch or a bust. But then when you started to incorporate some of the story details that you were looking for out of it, I just felt like that was a head sketch just wasn't going to do it. There was going to be too many elements to try and incorporate into the piece. I've been wanting to do a storm for a while. So I wanted to make this something that was actually going to be a pretty special piece. I've been messing around with doing a little bit more monochrome this year, not necessarily so much color. Early in the year, you guys may have seen on my IG that I was doing a lot of sports-inspired artwork. So I started going back to my roots a little bit more. Everything I did early on, going way back into high school, was always monochromatic, charcoal, pencil, that kind of thing. I hadn't done a whole lot of that with the marker side of things. So that's why, you know, this character, considering the elements that you could put her in, the background, and just something that can make it stand out a little bit different than what I've been doing, I wanted to do. So I stuck with the monochromatic. And I wanted to do something that would really pop with the lightning in the background. And again, you guys wanted bats, so I put bats all over this thing. I don't know if you can actually see it on the screen, but whoever gets this thing, you're going to see there's probably, I don't know, maybe 100, 150 bats in the background. And then, of course, the brood. But I had to do it in a way that she's flying through the air, right? But to incorporate those elements, I had to give a little bit different perspective and a down shot on the brood in the background. So this was a lot of fun to do this piece. I really enjoyed it. It gave me a challenge to do some different things that I hadn't done before. Yeah. So I had a blast creating this piece, and it definitely grew from what it was originally going to be. I thought this was going to be a lot simpler piece, but then I wanted to make it something special for you guys, considering you've been talking about my profile and had me on as your feature artist for the last couple of months now. So I wanted to show my appreciation for you guys doing that for me.
It's amazing, man. We thank you, seriously. And you went above and beyond anything that we even thought we could picture or imagine. So, you know, for you to, I know you put in even the extra time and effort. So we really appreciate that, man. And John and I we're still trying to figure out how we can get in our own raffle, because we need to have at least a chance to win this.
There's several ghost accounts you guys are operating right now, aren't there?
Yeah. That's exactly it. Like this Bobby guy, that's not really Bobby. That's John. It's another name that he's in there as, you know, yeah, this is what we do here. So yeah, it's, you're getting a ton of love in the chat, trying to highlight, you know, some reactions here, things like that.
I appreciate the friend, buddy. Thank you.
And as a reminder, all his links, they're in the descriptions of the video. So if you guys want to check with him for a commission or see where out of the cons he's going to, you can just go to the links down below and get a hold of Tim and connect to the stuff he's got coming up in the future.
Great. Yes.
Yep.
And I'll be September will be the next one. I'll be at Cincinnati Comic Expo.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, that's back home. I'm originally from Ohio. I live in Florida now, but we're originally from Ohio. So I did have an opportunity to find my way into that convention. So yeah, I expect to be there. I think it's the weekend of September 22nd.
Oh, sweet. All right. Very cool. So you moved back. So you're down in Florida now. That was your move. That was heading back down.
No, it was actually a move from one house to another down here. We sold a house. Yeah, we've been down here for about 5.5 years now. And we just found an opportunity to move from one place to another that fit, because now I have my own space. I've got all my stuff behind me. I've got my own studio set up. My wife is an amazing photographer. I'm going to plug her, go and find her on B Stacey 30 on Instagram. She's photography by Brooke Stacey. She's incredible. We just finished getting her studio and office set up in another room in the house, which that was not an option in the house we had before. So yeah, this one fit us pretty well, and that's been the process over the last year or so.
What a great like artistic energy you've got going in your household. That's fantastic.
It's a lot of fun. She's really happy she got that all set up, and like I said, I've got my own space in here now, so I can close the door and enjoy it, and just really it's a place for me to focus, to really get into a piece and spend the time I need with no other distractions. So it's really cool.
That is awesome. Very cool. I wanted to, we had, a couple questions we wanted to kind of run through with you as far as your, maybe your relationship with X-Men as a whole, and I don't really know where you stand with this. So, have you ever gone into, like, obviously you had to, you did your research on Storm and everything else. And, but, as far as a fan going towards X-Men, did you read any of these comics growing up, or are you reading anything now, or kind of where do you stand with the fandom for X-Men?
Right now, I currently read just the base X-Men title.
Nice.
When they rebooted it and did the Powers and Powers of X, I was really excited about that. I was like, great, it's a fresh start. I really thought they were going to curate it a little bit more, and they expanded wildly. So I was like, for me, it's all usually about just the main X-Men title. But my experience with X-Men goes back. Really, it started with Inferno. That was when I first latched on to X-Men as a kid. Inferno, Mark Silvestri's work, and then that leading into Jim Lee's time. My favorite X-Men issues are the ones Jim, and people always like, well, Jim Lee's run, but specifically for me, it was his work on Extinction Agenda, and then his X-Men 275 is my all-time favorite cover. That fold out's amazing. Yeah. And when I was a kid, that was one of my main inspirations for. There's so many elements in that. This Wolverine's claws in his hands, just the way that he takes that fist and curls it up. Instead of just drawing it flat like this, he takes it and he curls it like that. That one was one of my all-time favorites. I've got a couple of copies of that one. That was my main experience with the X-Men. That led up right up until the time that I gravitated away from comics. I didn't really get back into comics until about 4 or 5 years ago. It was just before we made our move to Florida that I got back into doing any sort of comic work, watching Jim Lee on Twitch. I found Jim Lee on Twitch back when he had like maybe 60 or 90 followers. He had his kids were just getting him started on streaming. Now he's got like 28,000, something like that. But it was a lot more interactive. It was fun because you could actually sit there and watch him draw, and you could have conversations with him, while he's doing his artwork. So that got me back into it about just before we made the move down here. And then just through posting some stuff on Facebook, I was able to connect with a local comic shop, Mythical Mountain. They've been fantastic. They set up, they have a gallery that supports local artists, and they've been highlighting my work there for the last 5 years. I do local comic shop day with them. I do free comic book day with them. Nice. And so that's gotten me back into reading and collecting comics again, to where I've been able to, because a lot of what you see on these shelves here, this stuff was a lot smaller because, again, I got out of it years ago. So I've gone back and, found some of that older stuff that I used to have as a kid, a lot of those older X-Men issues, trying to complete a little bit more of that Jim Lee run, the Inferno books. That's most of my experience with X-Men. Of course, my all-time favorite as a kid was the Secret War series. Back in the early 80s, that was my jam. And so I was able to get that series back as well. But that was probably my first actual experience reading any of the X-Men mutant books. I have, I think it's X-Men Annual 12. Art Adams did that amazing cover on the front with Mojo.
Yeah.
And that was a fantastic book as well. Again, one of my favorites. So I dabbled around in X-Men up until the time that Inferno started, and that's really what kicked it off for me.
Nice.
That's
I was
awesome.
curious because obviously you said you've been meaning to try to draw Storm, and she's a character who, even in the period that you're talking about, went through several looks. And in this omnibus that we've been reading, we see the first big change over from the Storm you drew, the original iconic look for Storm, that Cockrum sort of look, into the sort of punk era, but then, as you mentioned, into the 90s era with the big hair and the white costume. Did you have a favorite look for Storm that you're like the one that you picture when you think of her?
That's been the single biggest challenge in trying to pick which version of Storm I wanted to draw. I'll be honest, I have another work piece that I'm in the middle of. I had actually started before you guys commissioned me to do this. It's 11 by 17. And I'm in the process of deciding which direction I want to go with that. If I want to do, right now I have it sketched out more in the original version. I'm actually thinking about possibly making 2 different versions because I'm really partial to that Inferno, that post-Inferno Mohawk look that she had. That was, I love that version of Storm well. But she has gone through so many of her own, like you said, dramatic costume changes. There's a lot of characters out there that have stayed basically the same, even a lot of your female characters.
Yeah.
But as far as style's concerned and the range of that style for her character alone is probably one of the widest I can think of of almost any character.
Yeah, I totally agree. And that's why I think it's kind of fun to hear people who found her at different eras in their collecting. And even the look she's got now, the X-Men Red into the current era, I think they've really done a great job of continually updating her style to fit her experience,
Oh, yes. She's like her own Hellfire Gala.
Right.
That's great. That is very accurate. Very accurate. Candace had a question here for the art that you're giving away here for the commission piece that we just showed. What size is that drawing on?
This one's a 9 by 12.
Oh, that is. Hold on,
yes.
Nice. Awesome.
Gorgeous.
Yep.
Yeah, so 9-inch by 12-inch. You can find frames for that just about anywhere, and it's not too crazy expensive. I do a lot of my work on 9 by 12 just because 11 by 17s, for one, that's a lot more paper to cover, especially if you're doing work in marker. And plus, I can take it's more mobile. I can work on this at my work when I'm slow. But it also it's easier for fans if they want to slide this in a bag that they're carrying at a con or something along those lines. So it's a little bit more accommodating all the way around. I would say probably the biggest thing is just that it makes it easier for me because I can do a lot more 9 by 12 work than I can do 11 by 17. There's so many more details that go into 11 by 17. It's like when you blow up a photograph, you see a lot more of the detail when you blow it up than when it's smaller. So 9 by 12 works for me right now. But like I said, I've got a few 11 by 17. Storm is one of them. I've got a Black Cat that I'm in the middle of. And so I've got a few more plans as far as that size goes.
Nice. Very cool. And I just dropped your link in the chat here as well. So that's if you're check this out, everybody that's here live with us right now, or if you're watching the replay, it's in the description as well. But you can find all of Tim Stacey's information on that link. Make sure you're hitting them up over on Instagram as well. And hopefully we see you during some more live streams at some point, Tim. We'll have to get you back here on this channel again at some point.
Absolutely.
Even just hang out and pick your brain some more,
Absolutely. Yeah. The scheduling is the biggest thing for me. I work third shift. So that one is it kind of throws a lot of things out the window. I was kind of heartbroken when I found out that Team Nerd Her was moving away from Thursday nights because that's the night that works for me. My days off are the middle of the week. And so they're like, well, we're moving to Wednesdays. And I'm like, dude, on Wednesdays, my first day off, I'm usually awake about somewhere between 28 and 30 hours by the time that show gets ready to start. And you guys are on the West Coast. I'm on the East. That doesn't work out so well. But I'm still waiting for an opportunity to get back with them.
Nice.
But the link tree works great. You'll see a website on there that I've been trying to work on for about a year or so. So anybody that might be interested in any prints or commissions, Instagram is the way to do that right now. I'm trying to curate a way for myself that I can display all of the work that you can find in one place and not make it so difficult if you're trying to look for prints. But yeah, definitely shoot me messages on Instagram if you're interested in any prints, any commissions, or any info where I might be showing up. Yeah, feel free to reach out to me.
Awesome. Perfect. Before you go, John, anything else you wanted to add in here, or
I'll just throw one quick question.
Yeah.
One question we're notorious for asking is, if you could have one mutant power,
I was going to ask him this.
what mutant power would you pick?
One mutant power. God, I hate to sound cliche, but I mean Wolverine. I mean his self-regeneration and healing factor. It does so many things,
right?
It
And
does, man.
John, I see the gray in the beard.
I knew this was coming.
You're in the middle age like I am, so you're like that healing factor.
It makes such a big difference as you're getting older, right? The joint pain is gone.
That's right. Like all these younger guys, you can have your flying, you can have your super speed, you can have all that.
Yeah.
We just want to wake up recovered in the morning.
I cheated. I picked Gateway because I just want to teleport to work. Like I don't want to drive and get up, so I can make a little gateway and walk to work. I can be in Hawaii in 15 seconds.
That's pretty good. Yeah,
but like I get where you're at. Like they're both enabling me to just age comfortably.
That's right. Aging comfortably. Is that a mutant power?
It is now.
It is now. Yeah. JP says Tim speaks the truth. Yeah. Man, that's great. Well, Tim, thank you again. Really appreciate you even just jumping on here for a little bit and picking your brain a bit, and again for doing the commission piece that you did for us, man. It's
sure.
I'm jealous. Whoever wins this later, we're gonna give it away probably at the end of the hour here. So I guess what would be the best way for the whoever ends up winning this to talk with you about getting that organized to send over to them?
Again, hit me up on Instagram.
Okay.
Just shoot. It's right there at Tim Stacey 30. Shoot me a message that has any of your shipping info or whatever, and I can get that packaged up and shipped out to you.
Perfect.
And in case you're wondering, I just finished this yesterday.
Oh, hold on. Let me. Whoa, my God, that's
Love
stunning.
Love it.
Stunning.
It's kind of hard to see the colors, but that's an all green background.
Yeah, the green background.
I haven't even posted this yet. Literally, I just put the finishing touches on this earlier today, so you guys are seeing it first here.
Seeing it first here.
Goblin Queen for the win.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. That's epic. Very cool, man. Oh my gosh. Jeez. Dropping the mic. Talk about dropping the mic.
Yeah. Finishing strong.
Yeah, that's right.
More love in the chat for you there too. So again, everybody make sure you hit up Tim. Don't just follow him, man. Reach out for a commission piece. Get on his list. Support him any way you can. Tim, we really appreciate you, man, and wish you all the best with everything you continue to do. You got to let me know next year in the New York area for any type of Comic-Con, and maybe we'll link up there. Or if I'm down in Florida, I'll hit you up.
Absolutely. Yeah. That'd be great, man. I can't express how appreciative I am of you guys doing this. Any of the support that not just from you guys, but the community for any artist, it's fantastic. It really is. Anybody that has any sort of creative outlet is always looking for some sort of validation of what they're doing. Is appreciated. And even if it's just one person, is just like, okay, cool. Yes, they love it. So just the fact you guys did this for me, it's fantastic. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Thank you.
Our pleasure. Our pleasure.
Our
Tim.
pleasure. Absolutely. Like that. Yeah. That piece is phenomenal. And I know our chat is all pumped on it.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much.
Cool, man. All right. Thanks, Tim. We'll talk to you soon.
Yes, absolutely. You have a great night.
You too.
You too, man. Later. Very cool. Very cool.
So
and
awesome. Oh my God.
yeah,
What a great guy.
Seriously,
Amazing.
Chat's going on fire right now. See all the love.
We're
that's
ignoring
going on.
Old Wolf, but on purpose. So Tony's like, you skipped my chat. Yeah, we skipped your chat.
Did I? Oh yeah. Yeah. There you go, Tony. Sorry, Tony.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Nothing like the Goblin Queen shot from low. Amplifies the 3D effect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all the love. So yeah, again, guys, make sure if you're not already following Tim, I dropped the link there. It's in the description. If you're watching the replay, check it out as well and reach out to Tim. Support him any way you can. Really, really great guy, and can't wait to give this this artwork away that we've been showing off here. So talking about giveaways, we got a couple of things. We haven't given anything away yet, John. We're 45 minutes into this 10-hour stream that we're doing here. We're doing 10-hour stream, right?
It's something like that. It's
yeah.
Long form as usual. Our finales tend to be long form.
So all right, so yeah, let's well, so there's a couple things we can do on, and Tim just dropped a comment there. There you go, everybody. Yeah, awesome stuff. I want to one more time, in case anybody who had just come on here, I'm just going to throw this up. We do have, and again, this is Tim Stacey's work here, so definitely check them out. And we'll give this away in just a few minutes. But before we get into that, we have a couple other giveaways. We also have another guest that's hanging out backstage right now, and he's here to give some stuff away, along with just the fact that he's been an amazing part of our show the entire time. He's basically he is an Omni X-Men with us. He's been whether he's on the show with us or he's in the chat every single time. It's our good friend Chet Knight. If you guys don't follow him over on Instagram, be sure to do so. But here he is, my man Chet. What's going on, brother?
What's up, guys? Bring Tim Stacey back. That was holy yo. That Goblin Queen was just like
Yep. Yeah. He's actually backstage still. Tim, you want to come on real quick?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's about to jump on.
Dude, I'll do the virtual handshake.
Wait, real quick.
Tim, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Chet.
Chet, nice to meet you, brother. Thank you.
Love the art. I won something last year. You can probably see it behind me, the Colossus. That was from
blow him up. Yeah, look at that.
What was his name? Nicholas
Lane.
Yeah. So I won that last year, and with any luck, I'll be taking home your Madeline.
That's not for giveaway. You got it wrong, dude. You see when you try to do that?
Pick your piece of art. We commission the one you get.
Hey, look, I do negotiations daily for a living. If you,
hey, it's all for sale, man.
Gotcha.
That's right.
Excellent stuff, man.
And I'll have prints available for that one here very shortly. So
that was beautiful.
Oh,
thank
that's
you.
good to know. Good to know.
Great to meet you. I'll be following you right after I get rid of these two. Whatever. I don't know what to call them anymore.
I don't know. Yeah, you're gonna have your way with them, and you get back to me later.
You got it.
All right.
Great to meet you
again, Chet. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Take care.
All right, later, Tim.
I meant frickin' truck. No, just kidding.
That's great. Frickin' yeah, there you go.
Bebop and Rocksteady.
First of all, I want to just thank you for always supporting us, always being part of this show. You've always in the chat. You're always participating. You're always reading along. I know you're a diehard fan. You bring all the knowledge. We seek you out when we're trying to figure something out. So, we appreciate you just, sharing your input all the time and all your misspelling.
Thank you. I'm honored to do this because don't start on my spelling. I'll spell Yankees. I'll spell Yankees with an M. And I'm sorry, did I go there? But anyway, no, you guys have had me on since the beginning. I don't know if I was the first guest, but I know I was one of the first few.
Early on,
I know X-Men 95 was my first. So I go back with you guys in regard to Omni X-Men. It's been nothing but fun. Obviously, we covered my favorite era already, but just being able to stick around and, reconnect with those old stories that I missed, that I didn't care much after the burn and the Claremont. I've reconnected with those thanks to you guys because I've been able to go back over them and get a better, I guess attrition might be the word. So if I was reading them, I had to get on board because it's a team I love. And obviously it's a publication I've been collecting for years and I'm never going to stop with the X-Men. And I thank you guys for having me around.
Absolutely, man. I gotta say, you've been one of the most eye-opening collectors I've met in this community, as far as just your passion for these characters, knowledge of these characters, and then an absolute stunning collection of Claremont X-Men that is unrivaled. It's just absolutely epic.
I appreciate that. You already know the sweat and bank account digits
There
I
it was.
threw
Yeah,
in
that
behind
second
it.
one. Yeah, the second one. Yeah.
I mean, it's fun and all. It's an expensive game if you go in the way some of us do.
Yeah.
But in the grand scheme of things, we're doing something we love, and the whole community gets it. So, we are family,
Yeah, man.
and
100%.
it's a great thing.
For sure.
Yep. And I was going to clarify, not even just Claremont X-Men, but this guy's all the X-Men. Yeah. Yep. And the book you had just sent me, Chet, in Instagram, like adding on to that collection, man, a nice Silver Age book that you picked up.
What did I send you? The 49?
Yeah, 49.
I have a deal going. I'll tell you guys, this is actually fun stuff. So I noticed this guy had that 7.5. I have an 8.5. And mine is CBCS. I have no problem with CBCS. It could always be converted.
Sure.
Like Christianity to Judaism, whatever. But I noticed he had a 7.5, and I said, "Is this for sale?" And he said, "I have no interest in signed books or unsigned books." I said, "So it's for sale?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Do you want it?" I said, "I'll tell you what. I have an 8.5. I said, if you send that to get Preston, regraded, and it comes back an 8.0 or better, I'll give you my 8.5 and a little bit of cash, and I'll take your whatever it comes back. But it has to come home 8.0 or better, because I can't have that dragging down my 8.0 of signed books down to a 7.5. So, but if it comes back an 8.0 or better, then I'm taking it from him, and then I can part with the 8.5. Not that I want to, but it just makes sense with my collection. That's a key book. So we'll see how that goes. I'll keep you guys posted.
Nice.
I'm excited for that.
I have a couple of comments here I want to highlight real quick. Ryan says, we Our Family is not a Diana Ross song.
No, it is not.
Roy Kirk says, Hulk Annual 7 makes for great summer reading, I hear.
Yeah, you'd have to ask Justin about that. It's been 2 summers.
Long way.
I got that around here somewhere.
Yeah. The man's probably got it underneath his chair. Like,
I only had a good
wheel.
So much shame. At this point, you can't read it because he's so shamed by it.
Even better, he's probably got it holding up Aaron Judge's foot.
That's exactly where I have it. Yeah, that's exactly. The other thing I wanted to highlight real quick, JP had mentioned, he said, if you're limiting people to 1 win, then the art should be first, so that everyone has a shot. So what we're going to do is, for the artwork, we're going to take the original list. So if we do end up removing anybody from other stuff that we give away, because yes, we only want to have 1 winner per, that does not include the big artwork at the end. So everybody will have their shot.
So we're saving the artwork for last, but we're going to revert to the full list when we spin that wheel just for the artwork. Everything else, though, you're right, JP. We'll try to spread the love a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
But you can possibly win 2 things. You could win something earlier and then the artwork at the end.
Correct.
I'm sorry, John. Why are you wearing that shirt? Anyway.
Because I was wearing my it's magic shirt all day, and it was.
I'm here.
It was stinky.
I'm here.
I know.
That's disrespectful.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, I'll hold it against you next season.
Good call there, Chad. Good call. I got my little Wolverine in my pocket. So
see, the man understands it.
He's on brand. Yeah.
I appreciate you, Justin.
That's a first.
Yeah, fair
it's a rarity right there.
So okay, we have a ton of stuff to give away. Chat, one of the reasons also we're bringing you on, you had mentioned earlier you have something that you want to give away.
He's got a whole collection of kidding.
to the chat chat as well. So my 2 questions for you, Chat, and we'll let you kick this off. Do you what is the giveaway that you want to give away tonight? And then the other question is, how do you want to go about it? Do you want me to spin the wheel, or do you want to do a trivia question live in the chat? You let me know how you want to go about this.
All right. So what I'm giving away, I didn't have any. Let's see. I had some keys that I could have parted with, but I decided to hang on to them. So what I'm going to do is, I've got a couple of Yellow Label books.
Ooh.
And they're both really, really nice. I'm pretty sure some people know what they are, and I'm pretty sure some people may not know. All I can say is the cover is literally mind-blowing on both.
Literally mind blowing on both.
So should we do them together or separate them? What are you thinking?
I say let's. I did say spin the wheel once, and I did say a question, right?
Okay.
We could do one of each.
But I think I'm gonna go with the wheel twice to keep it super fair, because not everybody remembers everything, and God knows I don't remember a lot of shit. But stuff. Excuse me, I forgot it's a family channel, and Morbius is not here.
Exactly.
So yeah, let's spin the wheel twice.
All right, sounds good. Albert says I want it. He's already on top of it.
Albert might get it.
Let's see. And JP, yeah, I agree. Should have worn the Professor X is a jerk shirt. Should have.
I would have been fine with that. Better than you know whatever John is wearing.
Tony said we all have our little Wolverine in our pocket. Yep, that we do.
Sure,
that we do. Are they DC? Tony's asking these slabs that you're.
No, they're not.
I don't think they are.
GTFO, Tony. GTFO, man.
Yeah. Whatever John said.
All right, so let's get the wheel ready here. I'm trying to think if I should.
My first time seeing what it looks like as a wheel.
God, it's just a rainbow.
I'm really excited for this because it's so many days. Chet's on here 65 times alone.
Yeah, so
the
and
wheel is jam packed.
Really?
Jam.
I wasn't even thinking of myself as a contestant.
You came in first. You narrowly beat Magic Lasso, and then JP was behind them. So look, there it is.
Wow, I had no clue.
That's like Braille. It's like reading Braille at this point. That's how many names are on there.
Yep. All right. So
I don't think I'd ever beat Lasso. He's always so quick. His internet's better.
Yeah. If it lands on Chet, we'll spin again just as a reminder.
Okay.
He's not going to win his own books.
I'm starting from the top here just to show you guys. Here's all Chets. You got
all the Chets, Lassos, JPs. Old Wolf did pretty well too. I think Old Wolf came in 5th.
Yeah, there's Old Wolf there, and I added the others at the bottom. Candace was up there too.
Yeah.
We had
Bobby did well. Adam did well.
Yep.
Albert. Yep. Jackson, of course. Yep.
William Bird had a few there. So Joel, Eric. All right. So all right, let's get this one going. So do you want to show do you have it? Do you want to hold it up or you want me to spin now? How do you want
to do it? Let's pick both winners and I'll hold them both up right after.
Okay, so here is the first one. Kicking that off right now for the first winner.
There's so many names. It's so hilarious.
I like the little tile.
What am I missing?
You're like, oh, is it going to land on my name?
You can't even tell.
There's no way to know.
Is it blue? Doesn't count.
Don't eliminate his name though. Leave it on there. Don't remove. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Doing this again. Here we go.
Yeah.
Just gonna win.
We may do a few of these just to get things rolling here.
Oh boy.
So funny. Rigged.
There it is. Speaking of Lasso, Magic Lasso.
Congratulations.
Boom.
And then
so John, what I could do is, or should I just leave it on anyways, and I'll just spin again if Ryan comes up again?
Well, do we want to remove these names on this? Is this the wheel you're keeping everybody, or or is this the wheel you're gonna?
I can just repaste in fresh when I go to.
Okay, so you can remove as we go then, whatever you want.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I could
eliminate once.
Yeah. Well, here I'll do it. I was gonna say I could do it this way.
Get out. Yeah, get JP out of there.
Okay. Just a Lasso.
There we go. Perfect. JP's like, now I got a shot.
All right, so Magic Lasso is the first. We're doing this again now. Here,
shuffle the names a little. Click
Congratulations, Brian.
Shuffle those names up above there. Yeah, shuffle. Yep. Here we go.
All right, here we go. Number 2.
All right. When
you
the winner
start to make
out rigged
the name. yeah.
Tony.
All right. So those two guys are the winners, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right. Let me show them. Dana, bring out the prizes.
Yes,
hey, that's not a joke because Pat Sajak is retiring. So you guys got it here. All right. So these are the 2 books that these guys have won.
Boom. Whoa, that is sick. Nice.
Both signed by Donnie Cates. One signed, I think, here.
Yep. Yep, gold.
And the other
Nice.
one signed somewhere there. I don't see it
Very
yet.
nice.
It's here somewhere.
Wow.
That's a
I've
My
wild
not
cover.
seen
colorblindness
this
doesn't allow me to
Who's the
see it right
artist
away.
Who's the artist on the variant? It's gorgeous.
This is Donnie Cates. John Gallagher did the cover. I
Great
bought
cover.
a bunch of these a while back, and then I sent them all to get graded and signed. I said, you know what? I can part with a couple of them.
Yeah.
So, congratulations, boys. I'll stick them in the mail as soon as tomorrow.
Awesome.
That's awesome. So yeah, Tony and Matt Ryan are both on Instagram. So yeah, reach out to Jedi Knight and you'll get,
Yeah.
get the gear. Congrats, guys.
Congrats, guys.
Very cool. I'm going to add those names back in that I just took out.
I almost presented the wrong book. I almost presented this one. I'd be damned if I give this away anytime soon. This one.
I'll take that
Well,
one.
hello.
I'll take that one right here.
And a 9-0. Woo.
No. Run and tell someone.
Well, if Chet ends up upgrading to a 9-2 or better, then he'll part ways with the 9-0. That's how
I can't part with this book based on what I just accomplished, and you both know that.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Man kills self from 17th floor window on Wall Street. Film at 11.
Yeah.
Again?
Lasso says he'll take it. Lasso says he'll take the 94.
Oh, Lasso
Bobby says
swapping
Chet's
out.
the man.
Thank you, Bobby.
Congrats all around.
I'll tell you what, you spin the wheel 2 more times, and I'll part with a couple of variants, and I will keep them secret until they receive them.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, so
Right, so spin the wheel 2 more times, and if any of you win from me, make sure you get in my DMs tonight with an address.
Perfect. All right, here we go. Let me share the screen again here.
I really hope Chet wins this one. He's been waiting.
I added the names back in for Chet and Ryan.
I heard you doing that, and I was like, "Don't," because we don't.
Yeah,
need that till the very end.
yeah. It's okay.
So 2 more times, and I got a couple of variants laying
Chet,
around.
Ryan and Old Wolf can't win. We'll just
Tony,
roll
right.
again.
All right, here we go. So we're doing 2 more spins, right?
Deuce.
Yes.
Deuce.
And you're welcome, Tony. Just got a text from me.
Oh, is it red? Is it yellow? Is it green? No, Chet. Let me remove all of Chet again.
This guy, I tell you, it pays to show up each week and answer correctly or spell mediocre.
Here we go.
So here we go.
You guys don't hear the ticking, right?
Oh yeah, we hear it.
Oh, you do?
I
Okay,
hear
I'll just
Oh, yeah.
check it out. Adam, there it is. Adam makes stuff up.
Congratulations, Adam.
Nice.
All right, Adam, make sure you send me a message address and everything. I'll get that out to you.
Chet I Knight on Instagram. If you can't find him, hit me up or hit Justin up. We'll help you out.
Nice.
There's one more, right?
There he is. He's in the chat there. Yep, we got one more. Here we go.
More time.
It's like what? Banshee sound and like Earth 212.
yeah. JP.
Congratulations, guys.
Nice.
Overall, I'll dig up a couple of nice variants because I got like triplicates of a lot of variants. I came home with a long box of variants from Big Apple Con like a year ago, and double, triple. It's like some good stuff. So I'm sure you guys will like it.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right, man. Chet.
Anything else? Is that it for me?
That's
I'm going to the gym.
Huge thank you, man.
Yeah, you go to the
gym. So awesome.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thank you as always. For
Anytime, guys.
Doing all that.
It's been a pleasure as always, man. And
man.
I'll watch until I don't know. Justin telecast usually go into like the wee hours of the night. Like
yeah, you got a couple hours.
So
Club No Good stays up late.
I'll stick around. I'll stick around and watch for another 10 or 15 minutes. And to the rest of you guys, it's been fun in the chat with you and everything. And all the newcomers, Candace and whoever else. Who's the guy that just won? The guy that makes stuff up.
Adam makes stuff.
Yeah,
the guy that makes stuff
all
up.
of you guys. It's a growing list of people every Tuesday night.
Yeah,
for Omni X-Men, and it's great. So thank you guys. Thank you too for creating something that's right here and still going. So
my pleasure.
Thank
sir.
you.
Yeah,
And have a good night.
you
All
too,
right, brother. You too, man.
Take care.
Later, Chet. Awesome.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Man, we're making it rain here. You and I haven't even given anything out yet. And
I know. Let's do something for the chat.
Yeah, I like that.
So
you want
I
to go
got
first? You have something.
Yeah. I got a ton of trades as always, massive amount, and I want to give them to people that want something fun to read, some summer reading, whatever you want. So I'm going to ask a couple different trivia questions, and I'll give a couple of different chances for those of you watching to dive into my trades. I usually throw in a couple of single issues as well, but I'll let you scroll through what I got in my trade list and pull out something that you would want for yourself. So what I'm looking for is the first 2 correct answers to a question. All I need is a specific number that I'm thinking of because it relates to this season. My question is, what is the number of the final Uncanny X-Men issue we read in this year's omnibus? Type it into the chat.
Oh, I tried to drop a line. Oh, okay.
That's all right. It's all right. The first 2 correct answers who type in that number will both get a shot at diving into my trade paperback collections and reading. So Michael is the very first one, 175, and Adam makes stuff up. Boom. So there you go, Adam and Sove. Although, wait, do we say that Adam's already won? Is that how that works? No, it's for the chat, right? Doesn't matter.
Oh, sorry. Did I click? No. No. You're right.
Am I right?
Oh, so, you mean because? Oh, yeah. No. That's just for the wheel. That's just for the wheel.
Yeah, it's just for the wheel, right? So it's Adam and Sove, right? Yeah. Okay, so Adam and Sove, hit me up on Instagram tonight. I will shoot you a video of all the trades I got. You can pick something out that you want for your good summer reading. But yes, 175 is where we left off. Next season, expect 176, and we'll go from there.
Tony was close, 1 billion.
Way off.
Poof.
It was not 420, Bobby. It was not 420. That's going to be Omnibus season 25. So it's going to be a while. It's going to be a while.
So the other thing that I know we had talked about was doing a giveaway for who gets dibs first for next season,
which we've never done this before.
No, we've never done this
before.
There's
a lot of contentious, excited fighting over what order you get to pick, what episode of the show you join us for.
Yes. And the way we were going to do it was
Michael says that's right. John's going to send me a personal video into my DMs.
That's why he signed up. All right. So I have, let's see. Let me load the wheel back up here. What we're going to do is we're going to take the list of people that ever got an entry. And you're just getting one count for that being put on the wheel. So it doesn't matter if you had 100, counts, or if you just had one. Everybody's just going to have one. If you were just entered, we're making this an even and fair match for those. So I'm going to put that on the wheel here now.
So no Chedai bonus of 65 names on there. It's just going to be. I made a separate list of everybody who's ever been on our wheel once. You just need to add Vic, I think, is the only new name to add onto that list.
Oh, here, let me.
Does that make sense? Because all the other winners we added at the beginning of the show were people that are already on the list, but Coach Vic is the new one.
Got it.
Yeah, it is the Omni X-Men 2023 draft.
So here is,
That's a great way to say it.
That is great. Yeah,
oh my God, Joel, nailing it.
There you go.
Joel.
Nice one, Joel. Nice one.
Good call.
All right, so so here are the numbers. There's 36, so we had a total of 36 different individuals guess an answer, whether it was correct or funny, whatever the case was, throughout this season to be part of this. So thank you all for just being part of this in general. And so again, this is like one entry each. I'll do a quick scroll through, as you can see from the top here. See if your name is on there. And then so whoever gets this, and of course, if for whatever reason, if this is someone who doesn't want to be on the show, just let us know and we'll redraw for that. But whoever gets this will be we'll have first dibs on one issue for next season. So you ready, John?
TM Nerdy, shout out to TM. What's up, Travis? Yeah, we're ready.
Perfect timing, Trav. He's on this list right now.
He is on that wheel. He is
nice. All right, I'm gonna do one shuffle. We'll do two shuffles here. All right. And here we go. Good luck, everybody.
This one I can kind of see the names as it goes.
I was going to say it's a little bit more.
Possible.
Right, right.
Oh, Mr. Fantastic.
Oh,
No, ex-wife podcast.
What?
Ex-wife podcast.
Justin and Alicia getting their first dibs. All right.
And her cosplay has been buck wild lately. She is so talented.
On
the
point.
work she does, the costumes that she makes. She's doing the
Yep.
Kitty Pride Hellfire Gala costume from last year, which is stellar. And she is absolutely nailing it. She did Magic not too long ago. Amazing.
Kate
If you guys
Pride,
aren't following
does,
Ex-Wife
Captain
podcast,
Pride.
it's so good. That she is so talented.
Yep. I want to run into both of them because they usually do like a dual, you know. I know he's done Cyclops in the past and a few others too. So shout out to Justin and Alicia. We'll reach out to you guys. I know they said they had some family stuff to going on tonight, but they're gonna jump in at some point. So
so we'll give them first dibs. They'll pick the episode they want.
Yep. Which is awesome because I know they're already down for next year, so that works out perfect. All right, let's remove that. We have more, John. So what else you know what's funny, John, is I'm like, ooh, like let's take this time to like talk about all this stuff. And
we wanted to talk a little bit about there's a couple things we want to talk about. We've done a bunch of giveaways. If you want to pause for a second,
that works.
We were going to talk a little bit about our favorites from this season, some of the things we liked. And I wanted to kick off with a question for you.
Sure.
As somebody who's never read most of these books before, this is your first time tackling some of these. Is there a story, a character, or an issue that was surprising to you that you were like, wow, I was not expecting this. And I really enjoyed or appreciated from season 3, you know?
Yeah, so I mean, I have to go with the transition of Storm, where her character has gone from, you know, reading Giant Size and 94 and 95, like where she stood there, all her, you know, all the different challenges and everything that she's gone through, and to see her now growing in just a different direction. It's just different. It's just different. I mean, you know, she's battled with, you know, leadership and struggled with decisions that she's had to make throughout even before this season. And this is by far the most dramatic and really eye-opening change of what she's going through, just like her attitude and her view on her, you know, her stance on life and her stance on what's right, what's wrong, what, you know, how do things get corrected, all that stuff, you know, goes a really long way. And I know we really only scratched the surface from what I'm hearing, you know, going even deeper into what we'll get into, I'm sure, next season and so on and so forth. But yeah, for me, this is a huge, like, you know, hard left, you know, and especially with the mohawk and everything else, but it's not just the looks, you know, it's her style of leadership. It's her style of combat. It's her beliefs, you know, and what she stands for, and some of that's changed pretty dramatically. So and I'm digging all of it. So I'm here for it. It's different, it's refreshing because it's different. And at the end of the day, a lot of these characters, you know, they're gonna grow, they have to grow, and see where they go. So that for me is definitely seeing Storm's her change throughout, you know, this whole season.
Because I know that when we had read like the vampire issues, that you were like, wow, these are really great. You know, the Sienkiewicz cover stuff. And then you're like, I think I was happy to see that because I hadn't read that in a long time, and going back to it, I was kind of happy to see that it had a similar impact on you that it had on me the first time I read them.
Oh, absolutely.
So I'm good. That's cool.
Awesome. So, and with that, I wanted to ask you about your thoughts on Paul Smith, his artwork coming into this. You know, we didn't see him until this season. And I will add in, for me, like, I wasn't sure how to feel about it, especially coming off of, you know, working with, you know, reading so much with John Byrne and Cockrum. So what, and I'm definitely I've welcomed it. I'm really on board with it now at this point, and wish he was here longer, but I'm curious, like, what your thoughts are on what he's done for X-Men, what he's specifically done for this, you know, this main series at this time, especially coming off, you know, off of the work of some of the other big names around him.
I think, you know, having now kind of read this in like condensed fashion, because as a kid and as an adult, I never read it like this. I always read it like a few issues here, a few issues there. Oh, I got, you know, as a kid, you never read continuously unless your parents were hooking you up. Like, I was always like, what was ever on the shelf the week my mom let me go to the shop is what I read, you know?
Right.
this has been an eye-opening experience in the like concept of what big shoes somebody like Paul Smith had to fill, right? You talk about, I've grown in respect for somebody like Dave Cockrum, who started this whole thing off and then had to pick it up after Byrne left. And then I really put in the lion's share of the work in those first 2 seasons that we did.
Yeah.
And then of course, Byrne that left this epic thumbprint on the whole thing.
Yeah.
You look at somebody like Paul Smith, it's easy to have him overlooked because he's standing in the shadows of giants, right?
Yeah.
And that's the shocking thing that his work is able to hold up under that scrutiny. That's probably the thing that stuck with me the most. I can't imagine the pressure that he must have been under in some ways, because it was the best-selling book at the time, and had clearly gone through a revolution. And he really did something different and interesting, and I think had a style that was very different, and the panel layouts were very different. And I came away with feeling impressed with how he handled that burden. Yeah, if that makes sense. Absolutely. Rising to that challenge.
Yep. Yeah, no, well said. Yep. Quick hello to Sheena in the chat. HK Wifey. What is up, Sheena? Almost got to hang out in Vegas, but we just missed each other. But good to see you.
It's funny because when my daughter had one of her volleyball tournaments in Vegas, they texted me they were at a certain restaurant, and I saw on Sheena's Instagram that she had just walked by that restaurant.
Oh, so no way.
Probably walked by my daughters and my wife, like in Vegas. I was, of course, not there. Yeah. But Kate and my wife probably walked right by her from the volleyball tournament at some point. Like they were like really near each other.
Damn, small.
I should have messaged her next time we're in Vegas for the volleyball tournaments. Sheena, I'll let you know.
There you go. There you go. Also, quick hello to Kenneth Bird hanging out in the chat. Good to see you, Kenneth. Candace had mentioned that she loved the Dracula issue. Happy I got into that with that one of the shows for that. Yeah, that was perfect timing, and I'm with you there, Candace. Definitely one of the top favorites from this omnibus for me as well. Let's see. Roy Kirk says, I don't remember how much Smith channeled Miller's style for the issues after the Wolverine mini. I may not have even noticed it back then. Yeah, I mean that was definitely something I had noticed, as we broke it down, especially coming right off of those Wolverine issues, that, to me, it definitely stood out that, and I'm curious if there was anyone else, not just Paul Smith, but if there were others that were kind of, piggybacking off, some of the different styles and ideas that Miller was doing at that time. But it's a good point.
Well, that Miller miniseries clearly also leaving a big thumbprint on the series going forward.
Big time. So I wanted to ask you too about, if you had to rank this is just more of a generalized question between the 3 omnibus that we've carried, all things considered, of kind of what each one has included, and even the oddness of, where things get broken up between Omni 1 and 2. Curious how you'd order this. And I know we love all of them, so not putting one down versus others.
No.
But curious where 3 falls.
I didn't even think of this question. Great question. Here's the problem for me. Like, I feel like Omnibus 3 is probably the most inconsistent one that we've had. It's the EKG monitor where it's like peaks and valleys are really spread. Like the gradation is very spread. Omnibus season 1, very consistent, I feel like. And season 2 had probably some of the highest highs. Like it just really had a sustained arc. So they're very different. This one has my favorite X-Men book, period. The God Loves Man Kills continues to just be the book for me. Yeah. And so in that way, it's got the biggest home run. It's got the highest peak, but it also has some low valleys that we've struggled through, I think. Fair. But I would probably say, because it didn't have Marvel fanfare, this might eke out the second place spot overall for me. Okay. It's right there though. It's right there. But God Loves Man Kills, honestly, hopefully I didn't jump on a future question, but the book, it has continued to be the X-Men book for me. And so as a result, when this omnibus has that in it, and then the Wolverine mini series and whichever other great Uncanny issues you want to count, it becomes tough to beat. So this one would probably rank pretty high.
Yeah, no, that's fair. So it does remind us, Annual 7 was a turd, he says.
He's not wrong.
That one was a bit on the low end. Gore, good to see you, Gore. He says, It's been an interesting season. Glad Justin liked Paul Smith's work. Wait until you get into the Barry Windsor Smith's Storm stories. I'm
Gordon, I
definitely
don't know if you watched. JP posted a video on Storm, and he was basically highlighting key issues from Storm, the best stories from Storm, the best covers from Storm, and he let me shoot some video to add to that. And I did highlight the Barry Windsor Smith era, specifically the two issues, the Life Death issue 186 and 198, which are sort of not completely, but mostly solo Storm issues. And there's a little hardcover I found at my LCS in their half off bins that was including that whole story, plus a couple other issues. It was a fun way to revisit the Barry Windsor Smith issues of Storm's story.
Nice. Roy Kirk also says, he says, yes, Omnibus 2 would be at the top, but it ends on a low point. Yeah, and that's a good point too. And it's I think why it's so hard to judge, because there are obviously some very high points in each of them. And depending on how the low points hit, that one, kind of insignificant towards the end for 2. And even for this one was really cool because like we had the Magic series right at the end. I really enjoyed that. So it kind of, ended on a higher note as well for 3. So it is tough. Being that they split the Phoenix series, the Dark Phoenix saga, like that was, kind of awkward.
I think if they had put all the Dark Phoenix saga into the second volume, not only would it have been just unwieldy, but it probably would have had all the meat on the bone.
Yeah.
I think the first volume, as good as it was, without the like bigger story happening, I think would have struggled under the weight of all that.
Yeah, makes sense.
The Marvel fanfare, though, does bog that one down a little. It's tricky. It's tricky. Well, I agree, Eric. Barry Windsor Smith is phenomenal. And if you haven't read his Weapon X miniseries, which is basically like small stories connected across Marvel? It's not Marvel Premiere. I can't remember what those what that series was. Marvel Comics Presents, I think. The Wolverine Weapon X story.
That was
because that's an anthology comic, and it has like a Wolverine story and then like a Spider-Man story and whatever else. You can read just the Wolverine issues on Marvel Unlimited, and it's mostly visual. There is dialogue, but it's not as heavy-handed, and it's all Barry Windsor Smith art, and it is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. That's probably his masterwork at Marvel, if I was going to pick something. But I had Storm stuff, not bad.
I had found a bunch of those single issues during the Zap comic sale that they did, so I started to buy them for like half off too. That was really good. Yeah, there it is, Marvel Comic Presents. There are trades, hardcovers, editions. That's true. That's all true too.
So cool. It's a really great read, and again, it's super fast. You can go on Marvel Unlimited and just read those bits and just fly right through it. It's worth the time. Great quick read. So Ghost Rider or whatever, some other jamoke. Wolverine and some other second tier.
One of my favorites that had the Man-Thing stories in it there as well. There you go, Eric. So I know you had mentioned God Love Man Kills as your favorite. Is there any other issue that you'd put up there specific to this omnibus that stands out to you as one of your favorites just from this Omni?
It's hard to separate the Wolverine miniseries individually out, but it would probably be that. It would probably be that would probably be second. As far as stuff that is just that it sort of transcends X-Men culture, because people who are not X-Men fans have read the Wolverine limited series. Like it goes beyond just the small culture of X fans. Kind of like God Loves Man Kills. I think it's a better story than just worthy of X-Men fans. It goes above and beyond. And so Wolverine, the limited series, would probably be the one for me on that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
We got our man Perry in the chat. What's going on, Perry?
Good to see you, Perry.
Chat says Barry Windsor Smith was the artist on X-Men 54 first Alex Summers, a book I got signed by Stan with the exact same birthday as me. That's wow. Cool. That is cool.
Now, for you, if you were going to narrow this down to just one issue that was like for you the best one that you read in this omnibus, is there one that you would pick?
It's this one right here.
Ooh, wow, great one. The knife fight.
Yeah, this was
So
such a
good.
turning point. Such a turning point. I also this was a fun episode. We had Gore on breaking this one down, and to hear his aspect on it or his perspective on some of the different scenes and things like that, was really eye opening for me and just a different viewpoint. So yeah, this was. And I feel like this is an issue I've seen all the time. Like this cover stands out to me in a way that like I just see it in the bin. I always see it in the bins.
Right.
It's got like the knockout orange, red, whatever you want to call that, and then these two going at it, and me not knowing what the story's about up until we finally read it. But
the fun of a
I was always
surprise like
curious.
that, where it's like you just don't know what's going to happen, right? Yeah. She catches that knife in the air, just whoosh. So good.
Yeah, the way the artwork had been drawn out for that, the storytelling in that, and just the massive changes that I was talking about, earlier, huge. And yes, Albert, the knife fight was epic.
So
I mean, we're here for that. So the angel in the diaper, that's the thing.
Worthy
as well. Can't argue that. The other one, I don't have it here, but when I first read knife, I thought they were calling me out on when I first noticed the knife in the wedding issue for Wolverine and Mariko, which is also a great one. Yeah.
The knife that Justin sees. Yeah.
Oh, that knife. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much, Tony. But yeah, so that one for sure. Like, I feel like this is a book where, and it's so cheap. I feel like this is a book that I'm gonna buy.
Very undervalued for sure. Yeah.
If I see it in the dollar bin, $2, $3, like I'm just gonna buy it. Like, and if I can find an even nicer copy, great. It is a little trickier with the solid, spine and stuff like that. So, but either way, and so the other thing I wanted to do with this was a book that I wanted to give away. As just another giveaway here, and I was going to just do the wheel
nice
for this as well. So if you want to, we can do that real quick right now.
Yeah,
I could
do it.
I could load this back up again. I don't know. Oh, so the wheel's going to be refreshed technically because we
could use the wheel of everybody on there one time.
Oh, that works. Yeah, that works.
That works for you.
Yeah. But I'll just take off.
Do we want to eliminate like the winners of previous things from tonight? Just
yeah. So anyone who's won tonight, we'll take off.
We'll pick somebody new.
Yeah. So and including Justin and Alicia. So I removed them there. All right. So yeah. So this is just for this book right here, 170. It's a copy that I have. If you haven't read it before, I'm sure most of you have now because you've been part of the show. But either way, it's a nice copy to just have in the PC. So here it is.
No. I don't know what he's saying no about, but something.
No.
Bothered him.
Let's see. Oh,
Brandon.
Hey, all right.
One time on the wheel, one night made it into the chat. Comics Kings, Brandon.
It's been a while.
And he just got back. He's just making video. He made a video just recently with Link.
Oh, nice. Sweet. So there you go. We'll I'll talk to Brandon later. And
I was gonna say that's easy. You guys can just walk down the street and say hi.
Yeah.
You can throw it over a building and he'll catch it.
The other thing I wanted to ask you is, and I really didn't prep you for this or anything, but I was wondering if there was a cover that stood out to you, and I have one here that I wanted to show. Is just kind of one of my favorite covers from the series.
I don't know if I've got it next to me. Damn it, I filed it away. It would be awesome if I could just bust it out. But when we read the first Vampire Bill Sienkiewicz issue, I actually went and bought the annual in a 9.8, like not that long after. Just to get it.
I was gonna say there's the other one.
That was the other one. Yeah.
But the red one,
I went and bought the annual in a 9.8 immediately after reading it because I had it clearly hit more boxes reading it with you this time around, and I was like, I need to get a nice copy of that. And it was dirt cheap. Like a 9.8 was dirt cheap on short boxed, I think I used.
Right. Yeah.
So I snacked that up right away. So that was probably the cover that instantly I was like, okay, I do need a nice slabbed copy of that one.
Yeah, no, that's and yeah, you got it for like under $100, right? I mean, it
was
was
super
a
cheap.
steal.
Yeah, no, it was way under $100.
I would
I
pay
was
that.
so stoked on that.
That's a book I will forever hunt down as well if I can find in in a raw bin somewhere for a nice condition or something.
Yeah.
Because that's a cheap book.
That red cover with her
Mhm.
all sleek and slender in the middle with like the dress flowing out. So cool.
Yep.
And the fangs and everything.
So the cover that has stood out to me, and I feel like I don't know if I just see this more now, or I don't know. I feel like every time I go into my shops, I see this now. I have a couple copies, but this is like one of my favorite covers from this series. From this, and this, of course, our girl Kitty Pryde.
Yeah,
just a great one.
Great cover for
168, and definitely one that just like I just like that it's more of a close up. It's you can recognize it from far away. Like it's not too busy.
Yeah,
it's simple in that regard.
And arguably my favorite Kitty Pryde costume. I was so pumped when the action figure. Yeah, I mean, when they sent around this action figure with the X-Men box from Marvel Unlimited this year, I was like so pumped. It was like a nice cross between that era X-Men and the Marauders new X-Men with the bandana and the sword and Lockheed.
Oh yeah, sweet.
So I was very pumped that it was this era of Rogue. Of Kitty Pryde costume. So cool.
Nice. Wait,
so great New Mutants one.
You got that from the being subscribed to the?
Yeah, if you do the I can't remember what tier it is, but one of the higher tiers.
Yeah, it's the higher. I was thinking about doing that.
I love it. Every year they send you a little box. It's got a couple of variants. It's got an action figure. It's got a pin, and it's got a patch, like a patch you can sew or steam onto an outfit, right? So they throw in a little catered mystery box, and the X-Men one was the last one. I think it's a Daredevil one this year. I can't remember.
Dude, I've been talking about signing up for that forever, and I just haven't.
Yeah, love this Kate figure. So cool.
Yeah, that's a great one. Albert says my favorite cover was the Uncanny 162 with Wolverine on his knees in front of the Brood. I love it.
Oh, great one. Yeah.
Yep, that is a great one.
Where he's like arching his back and just getting all
And arguably that also is another one of my favorites from this series. Was that issue because that was the first time that I got this. I mean, it was almost not Frank Miller didn't work on it, but it was almost like a Frank Miller vibe of how the story was told because it was all like, from his perspective.
Yeah.
And it was a side of Wolverine that we didn't get before this. Like we never got this badass, kind of vibe of and how he talked like my opponent is good, but I'm better. Like that kind of quotation in his own mind.
Right.
I just thought that is a book that will forever stand out for me. So that probably should be mentioned here as well as one of my favorites. That's a great one, Albert. Great. So
call. Eric, I think it was Daredevil Yellow. I haven't gotten it yet. I usually get my box somewhere at the end of July, beginning of August, because that's when I renew each year. But that's when I get mine. I know that Climbing Comics Alan has done his unboxing of this year's giveaway box. If you want to see what it is, you go to Alan's channel and you can see it. I watched it and was spoiled, but then I'm old, I have completely forgotten what was in it. So now I will genuinely be surprised when I get mine. That's the win. However, this one that Kate one came with an X-Men patch. And that's the X-Men patch I put on the vest that I wear from time to time. I sewed it on. It looks great.
So we're doing it wrong, man. We're doing it wrong. We gotta sign up. We just gotta sign up.
There you go, Michael. But I love that I can go on a trip and just take my iPad and still read comics and not have to bring a short box on a plane or something to read.
Yeah.
So that's the one I to be able to go back and read stuff digitally, like I promised Sove. And Michael, I'll say it again. I'm gonna read the new run of She-Hulk that he's been claiming is so phenomenal, and I have missed out on. I'm gonna happily read that this summer, so I'm gonna completely catch up on the app. And same with Black Widow, the run most recent that JP talked about loving so much. I think Kelly Thompson did that one, so I'm gonna be reading both of those this summer. I'm gonna fully catch up on both of those.
And that's the thing too that I'm kicking myself for is I pay for Marvel Unlimited. Like I do the Marvel Unlimited. I love Marvel Unlimited. I just always bought the basic cheaper tier or whatever. Yeah. Which has done the job. but
Yeah.
I don't get all this cool extra stuff. So I'm like,
It's a tiny little mystery box, but I dig
Yeah.
it, and it makes for a fun unboxing. I always do the video on my channel, so you can go on my channel and look back at the previous ones. I kind of show you what I got.
Yep.
But I do enjoy it. Yeah. Oh, and looks like Joel likes those 2 series too. JP, I've already loaded it. I'm gonna take my iPad to on my trip I'm taking this summer, and I'm just gonna read it. So
promises.
I'm not this guy who's still got that annual tucked in a corner somewhere in his room. I will legitimately do this. I promised you, and so and I will message you when I finish. Guaranteed.
JP says still love the 164 cover, but really just how great binary design is. Yeah, agreed.
Great point.
Yep, and a great character. You know, I was reading the current Captain Marvel binary stuff. JP, I think you're following along with that.
Yeah,
and I was really enjoying that stuff too. It's a little different, but it also, I mean, it tied into the Brood. The current stuff had the Brood back, so that was fun. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
So one other thing I want to note too, and then John, if you wanted to reference the back of here for real quick too, I know you mentioned there was some stuff in the back of the Omni.
I realized I did a video putting my omnibus away. It's
still away. Is it away?
I don't have it. I don't have it in my hands. But I don't mind talking a little bit about it.
Yeah, and I can hold some pictures up. But one thing I do want to say about this omnibus overall, and for anybody who I don't know might randomly get into this omnibus, I don't know. I guess you would start at 1 if you were to get in, but I do feel like I was very much pleasantly surprised by the majority of these books, these stories, and the art overall, because I didn't know. I mean, I was venturing into the unknown, right? I mean, after this, I was, all new stuff for me. Didn't know after I read 143 and John Byrne got out, I stopped. So to me, going through a lot of this other stuff, it was really, I mean, you guys saw the grades. I was up in the 9s half the time, I feel like, with these books. So this is, by no means like, bad stuff or any, like, it's stuff that just doesn't get talked about, which is kind of like crazy to me. It's just like underrated. I feel like a lot of these stories, like the Brood stuff was fantastic. The vampire stuff was fantastic.
Or even that book that you just held up a little bit ago, the knife fight issue, which is a comic. Right. Nobody is talking about comics like that, right?
No.
And to be able to have an opportunity to go back and appreciate something like that that's kind of what makes this special and so enjoyable to come back to do each week.
Yep, absolutely. So I have what we were talking about here was, and you can kind of see in the back of the book, the spine, you might see a little bit, or not the spine, but
that darker section, which is kind of like an appendix to the book.
Right.
One of the things that they give you is a ton of I think they're from the Marvel Universe issues, but it's basically the character breakdowns of a ton of the mutant characters from the Marvel Universe. And they basically give you a little biography, some key important things from it. Sorry. You've also got, some of the raw. You jumped into the here we go. But like they'll give you character breakdowns. So there's the Wolverine one and the Wolfsbane one, just like it's straight out of the Marvel Universe series. It's kind of fun, and they give you key issues, plot lines, information about the heroes, who they are.
Eunice and Toad.
Yeah. So some of those are kind of fun. So there's a big chunk of those the back of this omnibus. You could kind of catch up on and read a lot of those characters.
There's some for the
Siren. Yep. I love it. So that's kind of fun. Those are the things my daughters love because they want to be better informed on these characters. They want those DC encyclopedias and the Marvel encyclopedias. They love that stuff.
Even the art, just seeing the artwork here. Like, look at Scarlet.
Here. For sure. Gorgeous.
Yeah, the Sentinels. So it's
they're
cool.
Not pink, they're not my Sentinels. They got to be pink.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, robots. What is this gray and blue?
Pink and purple robots. Come on, people, get it together.
Yeah. Oh, they even got the Savage Land Muties, John.
Yeah,
that one.
Yeah,
Savage
it's
Land
cool.
Muties.
So cool.
And you got Rogue.
Yep.
Very cool. Yeah. So
this fun little collection there at the back. Yeah.
Yeah, this definitely makes it worth it. The other thing too.
Looks like Sove and Adam say they've got the whole a handbook for that.
Check this out. Here's Cerebro, and the breakdown of the room here.
Yeah.
Or how Cerebro works.
Yeah.
Like these are all details that I just appreciate that they give for fans, where maybe things don't necessarily get explained otherwise, in some of the books and stuff like that. So, there you go. Yeah.
Official Marvel handbook. Yep.
Oh, so Candace had read the digital version. She said I didn't get to look. I didn't get to look through all the bonuses, but I thought it was really neat. Okay, I was going to ask you, Candace, if it came with the digital copies that you bought, because she bought the omnibus in digital form.
Nice.
So I was curious if that came with that or not. Oh, those are pages from the official Marvel handbook. Yeah, that's fancy. And then the other part that I jumped ahead on a little bit. Well, so this is cool. So this is like the black and white, or just the inks of some of the portions of what we had read, the original art pages.
Some of them are like alternative covers that they went away from, or the original pieces pre-coloring, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's always fun to see that kind of stuff.
Yeah, big time.
Oh Jesus, Joel, you're gonna start sending me. I don't know that I can store all this stuff.
So this one over here, the X-Men Chronicles, I posted not too long, probably a few months ago now, but I found the issue to this, so that was pretty cool. So I know what that is.
Beautiful
this
cover.
Is Amazing Heroes. Yeah, this was really, really
gorgeous,
stunning. And that was like kind of the similar stuff of just like a breakdown of like, it was a magazine. Yes, it's a magazine for X-Men fans. It has Cockrum's artwork on it, so that was really neat. We got to show Dazzler here.
Yeah,
Ryan.
There she is.
That's really cool. And you got that one there with Wolverine.
The Butch Geese portfolio.
Oh, I was wondering what that was.
I think it's an artist. I don't recognize the name. Maybe somebody can remind me.
Oh, is it Juice? Is that technically pronounced Juice?
It could be.
Butch Juice. Or isn't there a Juice that did Flash, the volume 2? Maybe I'm getting names mixed up here. Here's Kitty and Wolverine. Yeah, this is really cool.
I love it.
Oh yeah. I'll have to take some pictures and post this stuff on. On
there's so each omnibus has usually an appendix of mixed resources and materials that I think sometimes can get overlooked. But I thought it'd be a fun way to at least discuss it a little bit, because it's not worthy of like a full episode of the show, but
no, right.
We'll make all of you in the chat wait until the big giveaway.
It does have a whole write up here.
Yes, it's an interview, right, with Louis Simonson and Claremont. Isn't that what it is?
Oh yeah. Let's see. There's John. It's a bunch of them. John, Chris. John Rhett Thomas was the one interviewing.
Okay.
Or asking the questions. So asking.
It's
just Chris. It's John and Chris going back and forth. But yeah, no, that's really cool. Some extra cool bits. If you guys do manage to pick up the actual omnibus yourself at some point. Gore said he worked on Micronauts and Brubaker's Winter Soldier. Okay.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, there you go. And there's the Dazzler love there. Very cool. Anything else here, John, that you wanted me to flip through? Or
no, that was the basics. I mean, it's a lot to flip through, and I didn't want to bog us down too much. But there is some cool additional materials there that people can dive into if they want to get a bigger perspective on things.
Yep. I have one more thing I want to give away before
I've got my big giveaway, and then we've got the big giveaway. I don't know what order you want to go in. Whatever you want to do is fine.
Yeah. Let's go with yours first here. And I don't know how you want to, do you want to do the wheel, or do you want to do a trivia question?
I want to do the wheel. I think I want to do the wheel. Okay. Do we need to eliminate the people that have already won? How do we want to do that?
Yeah, I'll just, I'm going to take, I just have to restart over with the original list, with those newly added people from,
sure.
From the very beginning. So I'm just going to, and then we can just do, a reshuffle or
sure. So what I'm giving away here is my annual, every year I do a catered mystery box, a little collection of stuff just for you that is connected to your love for these characters in the series. If Chet wins it, I'm screwed, because there's nothing I'm going to ever own that would be worthy of adding to his collection. So if Chet wins, I am legitimately hosed. So I'm really just anybody but Chet. Anybody but Chet, and I'm good. And this can go really well. If it's Chet, I'm going to have to work really hard to find anything that guy does not have and needs. So we'll see how this all goes. This could be really bad for John. I will send a questionnaire to the individual that wins. You can let me know some of the things you have, want, like, etc., and then we will piece together something kind of fun for you to get in the mail.
Hold on. Chet says, Justin, I'll send you a slab if you read.
Don't reward bad behavior. As a teacher and a parent.
Consider it done, Chet. Consider it done.
As a teacher and a parent.
You guys heard it here first.
Reward bad behavior. This is not how you get the kid. When you start telling your kid that they get candy if they go on the potty, you are entering a slippery slope that does not go well.
You're the best, Chet.
What you instead want to do is reward the people who do their homework so that they are then more likely to do their homework. And that kid might learn to do their homework because they see the other kid getting candy and getting slabs and getting things. Because then you're like, yeah, I didn't get one. Why didn't I? Oh, I didn't do my home. That's called
John,
life choices.
You're talking to the guy who created Rachel dinners. All right, just saying. Just it's been 2 years.
I know, and you're offering him stuff. You're rewarding 2 years of just absolute apathy.
Chet's a good guy. All right, so
he's the parent that like the kid goes to is like, Mommy said no, but that's not fair, right? He's like, yeah, sweetie, it's okay. You can have that extra dessert.
Joel says, spin the wheel. John is rambling.
He should. He really should. You shuffle the names. Names 3 times for 3rd season.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Again, if you've already won tonight, we will not count this spin.
Yeah. No chat.
If it's chat has to give you something, John. How's that?
Yeah. Wouldn't be the first time.
That'll be the rule there. All right, let me remove him here.
All right. No, he hasn't won anything tonight, and I've never given him
you're right. Box. Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
So sadly, chat, that means you're out of the running for Tim Stacey's artwork.
No,
you can't win Tim's artwork now. No, I'm kidding.
He would
we'll do a separate wheel for that.
He's just joking, Chet. He's
Chet, you are gonna get your first ever John mystery box, and we will figure out some way to give you something you don't have. We'll find a way to get this guy something he does not have.
Yep.
We'll figure this out.
That'll be impressive. That will be
screw that. I'll buy
that. I have a
so good.
I have a trivia, kind of a trivia question for the giveaway that last year I did this, and this year again, of course, I have to actually let me grab it real quick. It's right here.
So maybe Chet's saying, spin the wheel again. I give it away. I don't want it. I don't know. Maybe that's what he's saying. It'll be a mystery how John will fill this box. I mean, it is a mystery. It is a mystery.
All right, so this giveaway that I want to do is it's going to be based on a question, so it's for anybody here in the chat right now can get it. And the thing that I'm going to give away, it's not going to be this one because I already built this one, but it's going to be a copy of this bad boy right here.
So cool.
So and not only
mech suit.
Yes, and not only will you win this, but hopefully you'll be able to join us next time that we do a Lego live build.
That's cool.
So you'll have that as well. So
cool.
I will ship out a copy of this, not built, so you'll have to build it yourself. But to someone here, whoever in the chat right now can answer this question correctly. And I do have a hint to it as well. Who can name me the issue from this Omnibus 3 that had the really oddly drawn head of,
I already know what it is.
of Lilandra from the Shi'ar Empire.
So you just want the 3-digit number.
Yes.
Or
could
sorry,
be one.
The digits.
It could be one.
The digits. Okay.
And I have the image, so I'll show the image here. This is what I'm referring to. That picture right there.
So good. So good. Yeah.
That's the image that I'm referring to. Looking for the issue that this had come out of. And the first person that gets that right will get this Wolverine Lego set. And John, do you know it offhand?
I think I do, but I'm not
Okay.
gonna. I'm not. Yeah.
So I actually see the correct answer here.
I thought I had
pretty
seen it
fast.
early on.
Pretty fast here, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's our good friend and Lego buddy JD Raging Cajun Comics.
There it
is. Yes, sir. That was correct. It is 171. This issue right here, as Rogue is being chased down by the rest of the team. There, another great issue. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the X-Men, Rogue. Yes, there it is. With the sandwich.
It's so good. The old, sorry, not old. Thank you, Lasso. Thank you, Lasso, for these.
Yep. Bobby says 420. Yeah, that's a great one.
There it is.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, there's the hair. All right, so yeah, JD Raging. Yeah, you already know, brother. This will fit perfect in your collection. And we got to do another live Lego build.
He's like, I already got 5 of those.
He probably does, actually. He probably does. He probably does. Yeah, man. So, all right. So, anything else, John, before we wrap this up?
I think this is it. I think we're at the big boy here.
Oh, man.
Or girl, I guess, technically. Female.
All right.
Juliet.
I'm going to show. Yeah. I'm going to show the artwork one more time. Again, this is by our good friend Tim Stacey. If you guys were not here a little while ago, he was just live with us, probably over an hour ago. But he was with us hanging out and talking with him for a bit. So shout out to Tim Stacey. Tim, thank you so much for this amazing artwork that we, Omni X-Men, are giving away here tonight based on the trivia that we've been asking all year, all season. So you've had chances to get in. He even asked them at the start of this episode. So you've had a chance to answer correctly or the funniest and get your name on the board. I'm going to restart the wheel here. Let me just grab the original list again. And this will have everyone in. Even if you've already won something tonight, you are qualified to win here. So I'm going to paste that back in.
Raging says, I do have it already. He's got the Wolverine already.
Oh, he does. He does.
Oh, goodness.
We'll work something out, Rage.
We'll swap. I'll send my mystery box to Raging.
Oh, there, you can do that.
The Lego to Chet. We'll just swap everybody.
I don't know how Chet will feel about
I don't know how Chet feels about that.
I mean, I could also see Chet being like, "Oh, cool."
I'm trying to dodge the bullet.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to dodge the bullet.
All right. So, yeah. So there. So, let me share the screen here again.
His links are all down below. Nobody can see the wheel. They're just seeing. I mean,
oh yeah,
I respect seeing Storm.
Yeah. Let me drop the link here one more time. So again, this is for
and the winner is Chet says so.
Yeah.
It pays to play. It pays to play. He shows up.
It's true. Even with his misspellings, he managed to still get his name on the board.
Amazing. Shuffle the wheel a bunch. You pick the number this time.
Okay, so yeah, let's switch this up here. Yep, good call.
4
JP.
For season 4. Do it 4 times for next season.
Yeah, I like that. We'll do it 4 times here. So again, just gonna do a scroll just so everybody sees. Well, there's a lot of Chet there.
Chet's name,
Ryan.
65.
Yeah.
A lot of JP, a lot of Old Wolf.
Is that how much it was for Chet? 65?
I think it was something like 65. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Oh, yeah, had some Brock in there, some Paul Conlon's in there. Nice. A couple at the bottom there from the ones that just entered. All right, so I'm going to shuffle this up 4 times. There we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Ladies and gentlemen, this is for the Storm artwork by Tim Stacey. Good luck, everybody. And my internet.
So much for being responsible for 6 months and going to bed at a normal time. Says so. Oh, Michael.
There it is. I mean, I'm not surprised.
Odds were in his favor.
They were.
May the odds be ever in your favor.
Yeah. Yes. Congrats, Chet. Congrats,
sir.
kind of cool. You're able to talk to Tim right when he was here. So, that worked out. That's cool. Thank you to everybody who was part of that, who's been part of this, who've hung out, waited, getting through each episode and hanging out with us. Some of you just joined in for the questionnaires, which we're grateful for that too. Come for the trivia even. So yeah, huge congratulations to Chet. Man, back to back. I mean, like you said, it pays to play, and he is all over it. So
always showing up, always supporting. So
yeah,
taking the time, we appreciate you, sir. We appreciate all you guys.
Big time.
Yeah,
big time.
Amazing.
So Chet, you know what to do. Reach out to Tim if you haven't already. Let me know if there's anything shipping wise that we can help take care of, because that's not on you at all. So just reach out or we'll work that out. But yeah, again, thank you, Chet. Congrats. Huge win. Make sure you get a nice frame for it. Thank you to everybody who's been part of this, answering the questions. John, thank you, man, for doing another season here with me. Oof. And it's just
3 down, 700 more to go.
But who's counting? Who's really counting?
The truth is, the way I'm buying Omnis for X-Men, this show could go on for a very long time.
I'm ready, man. I'm ready.
Yeah, got New Mutants. I got Astonishing X-Men, New X-Men. We are locked and loaded. I got 5 volumes of the Claremont run alone.
I got to get my 5th. Yeah. We'll do the Wolverine thing at some point, I'm sure. We'll eventually get to Hickman. I can't wait.
Everything.
That'll be
all
great.
of things.
All of things. A lot of love in the chat. So appreciate everybody. McFly, what's going on?
Big B.
Michael says, give a victory speech in text full of
there it is.
I am so for this, Michael. Yes, that's a great idea. We will wait. Go ahead, chat. Start typing it out now.
He did.
Did he? Okay.
There's a book in the chat right now.
Man. Okay. I got to get down to it. I see everybody cheersing. Yes. Same to all of you. This really has been awesome. See, I gave myself a nice heavy pour just in case we went.
I've got 2 pours. Yeah.
You did too. I didn't bring the bottle down. That was the thing.
Yeah, I reloaded. But I'm not hosting.
What were you drinking there?
Eagle Rare bourbon.
Oh, nice. Okay. Tony has told me about Eagle Rare.
I really
never
like
had it. Mm-hmm. But that looks good. I got into Angel's Envy literally last week when I was in Vegas. And I think Tony's told me about Angel's Envy before too, but another bourbon. But yeah, that's a good one I hear, Eagle Rare.
For sure.
Let's see. Yes, the Entertainment J&J. Yes. Next season we get Gambit?
No, sadly, Vic, we are way.
Yeah,
they have not even published that omnibus yet.
That's like 2031.
Coach Vic. I'll tell you, Vic, volume 5 only goes to issue 208, something like that. And Gambit doesn't show up till much later. You're maybe 3 Omni beyond that. So this could be 5 Omnis away before we get our guy, or your guy, I should say.
Chet. So here's Chet. He said, "Hey to all who don't know, this is icing on the cake to my collecting adventure just completed. Giant Size X-Men 1, 94 through 143, all Stan Lee signed, and now this. Truly blessed. Thanks, boys." And he was our artist champ from last year too. With Nicholas Lane. So yeah, man, the collection continues to grow, and you deserve it, Chet. So we appreciate you, man.
You will not be disappointed, Big B. He just subbed you up. He's an OG guy, comic collector, and he's got his own channel. Appreciate you coming by, sir.
Nice. Thank you, Candace. We appreciate you. Okay. About 2 seasons away, maybe 20 seasons away. Alpha Flight Omni. Ooh, William. We good.
I don't know that I'm ready to invest in the Alpha Flight Omni. My shelves are getting tight. Shelves are getting tight. I'm starting to donate things just to make room.
That's in the 15-20 years from now range.
Yeah, Michael. I like that. Michael's looking for a Ghost Rider reference. It's gonna be a while. The Ghost Rider, as far as I remember, does not show up for a while.
Thanks, JD. Dazzler. Oh wait, they have not made an Omni for her run. But I'm trying to. Yeah. So there's a good amount of stuff out there, Joel. I'm sure they could eventually do that. I think next season is Star Wars 1 and 2.
I think you meant Secret Wars.
Maybe.
No, next season is 176 through 193, plus the X-Men Alpha Flight miniseries and the Wolverine Kitty Pryde miniseries.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I just bought that Kitty Pryde miniseries, like nice. Single issue, the single issues. Yeah, there you go, Tony. Yeah, I knew you had shared some good bourbons with me, my friend. So good stuff. Thanks, McFly. Appreciate you. Sorry if I'm just getting to certain chats.
It used to be a lush.
I'm behind here.
We talked about this.
I future pre-ordered the Omni with Gambit with the future me. Nice. There you go, Rajan. He's all over it. All over it.
I love it.
We should do a TT Omni.
Teen Titans, maybe.
Oh,
I mean,
I'm surprised Chet was. I guess
I've been collecting the Wolfman Perez complete collected new Teen Titans trade paperbacks. I've not been getting into the hardcovers for those, but because that sounds deadly. But I've been buying the ones that Wolfman signs at my shop, so I've got a lot of them signed.
Oh, there you go. Oh yeah, Secret Wars. There you go.
Yeah. See, I got you. I
thought,
you, Adam.
Well, I thought because you're wearing Star Wars, so I thought he was trying to, give you a shout out for the.
Well, we're into the era where Secret Wars is going to happen, and it sort of you see little glimpses of it impacting our characters.
Oh, okay. That's cool. So I mean, that's definitely a side, piece that I'll want to read at some point. All right, I think I'm
out of here with that DC talks.
Oh, buddy. I have the first 6 trades, and if someone wants to do a show, they'll be definitely up for that. Nice. Cool, man. Hey, we still have over 20 people hanging with us. We appreciate everybody.
Amazing.
John, thank you again, man, for another awesome season. And
I appreciate you being
out here, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you being willing to come back and roll the dice on these. It's very new for you, and yet at the same time, I think you've been getting a lot out of it, hopefully. So
no dice have been rolled here. I've been enjoying every moment.
Yeah. I legitimately say one of the best parts about being a parent has been going back and watching movies and seeing things from a kid's perspective all over again, stuff that I love.
Yeah.
And so I get the same juice out of this experience reading these with you, because it's the first time you've read a lot of these, and I can see it through a different lens than the one where I've read it 3, 4, 5, 10 times. And I can be like, oh, I forgot the viewer might have a different perspective than me. So it's great to take me out of my own self for a little bit.
Absolutely, man. And the show's just been great. All the guests we've had, shout out to all the different guests. And also as a reminder, if you're interested in being a guest for next season, reach out to us. The earlier, the better. We'd love to include as many people as possible. We had some duplicates this year, but we'll figure it out. We'll make things work. We're always welcoming, new guests and people who've been a guest before. So, we appreciate everybody, and just reach out to us. We'll probably be back for season 4, usually October, right, John? To see, because we
usually aim right. Yeah, we aim for right when Justin comes back from Vegas, because then he'll have no money left and he'll be forced to do YouTube again
to collect my pennies on
he'll have to get back to this side of life again, the real world. And,
It's a way of life. It's perfect cycle. Let's see. Chet said, on a real note, everybody be safe. We can so we can do this again in good health. Yep, absolutely. After Rachel dinner serves by Diana Ross. See y'all soon. Great line there. Wish I found you earlier in the season. Not just the last few shows. Good times revisiting the old books. Eric, man, we appreciate you hanging a lot, dude. And a lot of new faces that just joined or friends that just joined. Throughout this. So we appreciate that as well. Just being part of it.
Hit the notification bell and subscribe to both of us, because we'll be back in October with more of this, and we'll do other stuff all through the summer as usual. But then be there when we launch and ride the season with us.
Yep, absolutely. Candace, right in time for your birthday. Yep.
There you go, girl.
Perfect timing. Perfect timing. So did I miss anything else here? Just so saying you two are awesome. Thank you for being here every week, even though I missed the live. It's nice to looking forward for everyone.
Thanks, Michael.
Sorry, forward everyone every Wednesday afternoon. Can't read.
Appreciate you, sir.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Likewise.
Did you see Chet's on a real note? Be safe.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Sorry. If you read it already, sorry.
I did read that. True. Cool. All right, gang. So yeah, if you guys have any questions in the meantime, reach out to us. We'll be around. We're still on Instagram. We'll still be doing some fun YouTube stuff and all the shenanigans and maybe some funny reels. We'll have to kick off the new season in a really unique way. We'll have to think of some new ideas, John.
Yep. We got plans. We got some plans.
So, yeah. So yeah, keep an eye out. Enjoy your summers, your Rachel dinners.
Your Rachel's dinners and summers.
And we'll be back around October sometime. Other than that, John, anything else to plug here before we wrap up?
Not at all, friends. See you again soon. Stay safe.
Cool. All right. Awesome. Until next time, we'll talk to you later.